You genuinely cannot make this up. The Haliburton has hit Oklahoma City and the Pacers take game 1. This may be the craziest run I've ever seen. It feels like a cartoon that continues to happen over and over and over again, and somebody seriously needs to check on what is happening in Gary, Indiana right now. But to be fair, as soon as we saw this news, we should have known to put all our money on Indiana because they were making sacrifices again. All jokes aside, however, I warned you about this Pacers team. They got the depth to make this happen. Like we said in our last Pacers video, though, it all starts with Siakam. Haliburton's great, but Siakam is the key here. When the Thunder are going to run their 4-guard lineup with these 4 guys out there, you throw in Caruso, whoever, it's got to be Siakam, who's 6'9", 245, that takes advantage. Watch this. Everybody for the Pacers is above the free throw line, almost above the three-point line, except for Siakam. He's posted up with the smaller Casey Wallace, catches, spins, and just goes right and lays it in. That is really easy offense, and it's really the only vulnerability that they found in the Thunder early on. He finished with 19 and 10, 3 assists, and a block, and then they got him in the mid-post here. This time it's not on the block. He's at about the nail, and once again gets Casey Wallace in a one-on-one post-up situation. If he goes anywhere, really, he's going to get doubled, so he just gets into a nice mid-range jumper. He was solid last night. I'm not going to say he was good because there were some times he missed some key shots. He missed a big 3 down the stretch, but this was a big one to cut it to 6 at the end of the third quarter. Finished 7 of 15 from the field, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. Made 2 huge plays. I mean, these are massive plays down the stretch. You see 1:10 left on the clock, gets the block against SGA, and then right here, once again, 52 seconds left. This is the next possession down the court. Nesmith goes for it all and airballs it, and Pascal is right there with the easy layup. And yeah, very nice game from Pascal Siakam. But the craziest part is, and I don't know if y'all saw this or not, but as they're walking down the tunnel in the postgame, Siakam tells Haliburton they didn't even play good. And he's right, because they had 24 turnovers, including 19 in the first half, compared to just 6 OKC turnovers. They also gave up 10 offensive rebounds, and Lou Dort thought he was prime Stephen Curry. Despite all this, Indiana steals game 1 on the road. Now, yes, they were 18 of 39 from 3, but that's just what they do. They continue to attack, and they really are relentless. And Haliburton is probably the biggest reason for that. Even though he didn't have the best game last night, finished with only 14 points, and Richard Jefferson at one point said he was shooting tour dates. I don't think he quite understood the meaning of that, but still, 14 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists on 6 of 13 shooting from the field, was 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. He got this flyby a couple of times, and it worked out pretty well for him, but overall, he kind of shot him out of it down the stretch in the fourth quarter, obviously before they started making their comeback. He was getting clamped up. He was in the torture chamber last night. 0 points on 0 of 2 shooting from the field against Lou Dort in 6 minutes and 38 seconds. And then against Casey Wallace for 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Scored 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting from the field. Did have 2 assists, but had a turnover as well. And then, of course, the game winner. I mean, just ice water in his veins. It's unbelievable what kind of black magic that the Pacers are using. Miles Turner was pretty good last night. Had 15 points, about 9 rebounds, 3 assists in 28 minutes. Did have 6 turnovers, which is something that will need to be addressed. And, you know, the 24 turnovers that they had as a team, he was 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc, but he hit some big-time shots late in the game, some big-time threes. That bank in right there, and then this one with about 7.5 to go to cut it back to 8. Nembhard, like they say, streets are saying he's going to average the loudest 8 points per game in NBA Finals history. Had 14 points, 6 assists, and 4 boards in 32 minutes with a plus 11 last night, despite the fact that he was 4 of 11 from the field, 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. And then, man, this is just absolute bag work. This is cold-blooded with the situation down 6, 2 minutes left. Going to get into his bag, hit the step back over SGA, who's a good defender, and it's a good contest. And he just drills it. I mean, everybody collectively made the same face when he hit that shot. And then clamping up SGA down the stretch. That's a league MVP. And he's shutting him down at the end of the game. Aaron Nesmith, he was pretty big last night. He's such a great defender. I don't care. Anything he gives you offensively is a plus. Had 10 points, 12 boards, an assist, and a block, and was plus 13, a team high. 3 of 9 from the field, 3 of 7 from beyond the arc. Hit a big one down the stretch to cut it to 6. New York Knicks fans were like, man, here he goes again, because there's 2:42 left on the clock. He gets to his spot. Obi sets a somewhat illegal screen, and Aaron Nesmith just elevates, celebrates, and knocks it down. He was also fantastic against SGA last night for 5 minutes and 11 seconds against the league's MVP. He held him to 6 points on 2 of 4 shooting and forced 2 turnovers, 0 assists. Pretty solid outing from Nesmith. The bench mob. That's the thing about this Pacers team. Yes, the Thunder are the deepest team in the league. The Pacers might be second. Obi Toppin came in and was huge. He kept them in it in the first half, kept them afloat while they were struggling to score with some big threes, finished with 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 turnovers in 26 minutes on 6 of 9 shooting from the field, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc. And like right here, late in the game, this is a big one. It's much bigger than you may think because there's 4 seconds on the shot clock, 13-point game, and Nesmith hands him a grenade, and he gets it to go to get it back down to a 10-point game instead of the Thunder potentially pushing it up to 15. A big one here as well to cut it to 11 with 9 minutes left, and then eventually cuts it to 7 with just 7 minutes left in the game and really started to key that comeback that they had. TJ McConnell quickly becoming one of my favorite players, and no, not because he's a 5'10 white guy and I can relate with him. He was their leading scorer in the first half, was TJ McConnell. Finished with 9 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and an assist in 16 minutes. And you talk about a spark plug. You talk about a microwave guy off the bench. He comes in and instantly the energy shifts. Here he is setting up Thomas Bryant for the 3-ball. And speaking of Thomas Bryant, I don't care that he was a -9 last night. He had some big buckets. That's a statement right there on Isaiah Hartenstein's head. He played 8 minutes, had 5 points on 2 of 2 shooting from the field, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, the 3 here from TJ. Did have 3 personal fouls, was a -9, but still, Thomas Bryant with some big-time minutes in the NBA Finals in the Big 2025. Never thought I'd say that. Get that out of here, says Ben Mathurin, however. 5 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, a block in 16 minutes for him. And another guy that can come off the bench. Heck, he averaged 17 a game in the regular season, and now he's coming off the bench for the Pacers in the playoffs, and he's another guy that can get hot in a hurry, getting downhill and getting to the rim. Now, let's talk about the comeback, because we talked about it. It was keyed by Miles Turner, and him hitting threes. Obi Toppin also helped a lot. This 3 here to cut it to 8, and then the Obi 3 here with 7 minutes left to cut it to 7, and then, everybody's kind of thinking, oh boy, Turner gets a step back, bank in 3. What kind of devilish magic is this, bro? Banking in 3s, Tyrese getting to the lane, finishing it, cutting it back down to 4 with 4 minutes left, and then at this point, it's a dogfight, but then it kind of gets away from him. It gets back up to a 9-point game with 3 minutes left, and then it just happens again. Nesmith and then Nembhard. Oh my god, that's such a tough shot, and then he throws up another one. Pascal gets it to go, and then of course, Tyrese Haliburton would have the last laugh tonight. And man, that's such a fun game to watch. I know some of the aura was gone. People are complaining about the logos not being on the courts, the championship trophy not being on the court, but I don't care. That was a heck of a game last night. And Indiana, they've stolen the first one on the road. People called me crazy when I posted that video saying that Indiana had the perfect matchup, but they really do. They have too much offense for the Thunder to suffocate. They're too deep, and then coming down the stretch, they will hit the big-time shots, whereas we saw last night SGA and Jalen Williams did not. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with that being said, we're looking for 300 likes on today's video. Thank you so much for watching.